Dear students, have you ever imagined death as a kind and gentle friend instead of something to be afraid of? In today's poem, Emily Dickinson shows us exactly that, a peaceful journey from life to eternity. Welcome back to the channel General Knowledge Hindi. Today we are diving into one of Emily Dickinson's most famous poems, Because I Could Not Stop for Death. This masterpiece takes us on a gentle yet deep journey where death is not an enemy but a polite companion guiding us toward eternity. We will explore the theme first, then poetic devices, and a simple line by line explanation to make this poem crystal clear for your exams and beyond. So stay tuned till the end because you will walk away with not just notes but a deeper love for poetry. Let's start. So first of all, let's know the central theme of the poem, right? The central theme of Emily Dickinson's poem, Because I Could Not Stop for Death, is the idea that death is a natural and gentle part of life. Death is shown as a polite person who takes the speaker on a slow carriage ride. This ride represents the journey from life to death. The speaker is calm and not afraid. She accepts death as a peaceful passage to eternity. The poem also shows that life continues in some form after death, though the afterlife remains a mystery, right? Next, the poetic device is used in this poem. First poetic device, personification. Death is shown like a real person, right? A kind and polite man who drives a carriage. This makes death feel gentle, not scary. Number two, poetic device, metaphor. The journey with death is compared to a quiet carriage ride. This means death is shown as a slow, peaceful trip, not something sudden or frightening. Poetic device number three, imagery. The poem gives clear pictures like children playing, fields of grain, and the setting sun. These pictures help us imagine the journey from life to death. Next, number four, poetic device number four, symbolism. The whole ride in the carriage stands for the journey from life to the afterlife. The places they pass show the stages of life, childhood, adulthood, and finally death. Poetic device number five used in this poem, alliteration. In the line we passed the school where children stop. The S sound is repeated. This sound makes the line flow smoothly and shows the movement of the ride. Poetic device number six, repetition. The words we passed are used many times. This shows that the speaker is moving through different parts of life and time is passing. Poetic device number seven, irony used in this poem. The poem talks about death is in a soft and calm way. This is surprising because death is usually seen as something sad or scary. The calm tone is opposite of what we expect. This is irony. Poetic device number eight, allusion, right? Allusion, poetic technique is used in this poem. In the poem, Emily Dickinson uses allusion by mentioning immortality as a companion in the carriage. This hints at life after death, a common religious belief. She doesn't name heaven, but suggests the soul lives on forever in peace, right? What is the meaning of allusion, right? Allusion means a brief and indirect reference to a well-known person, place, story, event, or idea from history, religion, literature, or culture. It is used to make a connection or give deeper meaning without fully explaining it, right? Allusion is when a writer or speaker talks about something famous or known without saying much about it, expecting the reader to understand the reference, right? Now, the turn of the explanation of each stanza of the poem. So, first of all, stanza number one. Stanza number one is that because I could not stop for that, he kindly stopped for me. The courage held but just ourselves and immortality, right? Now, line by line explanation. The first line of the poem, because I could not stop for that. Explanation. I was too busy with life to think about that or prepare for it, right? Next line, next line of the first stanza, he kindly stopped for me. Explanation of it. That came gently and respectfully as if doing a favor, right? Next line of the first stanza, the carriage held but just ourselves. Explanation of the line. In the carriage is a symbol of a journey. Only I and death were present. Next line of the stanza, and immortality. And immortality means here the explanation of the line and immortality. Immortality means eternal life was also in the carriage, suggesting the journey goes beyond life. Now the turn of the difficult words, right? The meaning of the difficult words used in the first stanza. Immortality means endless life and living forever, right? Now, stanza summary. The summary of the first stanza. The speaker says she was too busy to die, but death kindly came for her. She began a journey with death and immortality in a carriage. Now, the turn of stanza number two. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too for his civility. Now the turn of line by line explanation. First line of the second stanza, we slowly drove, he knew no haste. Explanation of the line, they moved slowly, that wasn't in a hurry. Next line, and I had put away. Explanation of the line, I left behind. I left behind. Next line, my labor and my leisure too. Explanation of the line, both my work and my free time. Right? Next line, for his civility. The explanation of the line, because that was so polite and respectful. Now the turn of the meanings of difficult words used in this in the stanza 2. The first word, haste. Haste means hurry. Next, civility. Civility means politeness and good manners. Next word is leisure. Leisure means free time or relaxation. Next word is labor. Labor means work. Now the turn of the summary of the stanza number 2. Death dropped slowly and calmly. The speaker gave up all her duties and pleasures to join him because he was so kind. Right? And now the turn of the stanza number 3. Let's read the stanza number 3 first. We passed the school where children stop at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of gazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Now the turn of line by line explanation. The first line, we passed the school where children stop. Explanation of the line. They passed by a school where children were playing actively. Next line, at recess in the ring. The explanation of the line. During break time in a circular game, right? Next line, we passed the fields of gazing grain. The explanation of the line. Then they passed grain fields standing tall and ripe. Next line, we passed the setting sun. Explanation of the line. Finally, they passed the sun going down, symbol of approaching death. Now the turn of the meanings of difficult words used in this stanza. Stanza number 3. The first difficult word is strop. Strop means tried hard. Tried hard here energetically played. Tried hard means here energetically played. Next word gazing grain. Gazing grain means ripe grain standing tall, almost watching them. Next word recess. Recess means a short break at school. Now the turn of the summary of the stanza number 3. They passed different scenes of life like childhood, growth, and the end, sunset, symbolizing life stages, youth, maturity, and death. Now the number of stanza number 4. Let's read the stanza number 4 first. Or rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer, my gown, my tippet, only tulle. Now the number of line by line explanation. The first line of the fourth stanza, right? Stanza number 4. Or rather, he passed us. The explanation of the line. Actually, the sun passed by them, suggesting she had entered the world of the dead. Next line. The dews drew quivering and chill. The explanation of the line, it became cold and damp. She felt the chill of death. Right? Next line, for only gossamer my gown. The explanation of the line, she wore a thin, delicate dress like spider web. Next line, my tippet only tulle. The explanation of the line, her scarf, her tippet was made of tulle, a fine see-through fabric. Now the number of the meanings of the difficult words used in this stanza number 4. First word, dews. Dews means drops of water that form in the morning or evening. Next word, quivering. Quivering means shaking slightly. Next word, gossamer. Gossamer means thin, delicate, like spider web. Next word, tippet. Tippet means a shawl or scarf. Next word is tulle. Tulle means a very thin, net-like fabric, right? Next stanza. Now the number of the summary of the stanza number 4. As they moved forward, it got cold. The speaker, wearing light and delicate clothes, felt the chill of death. Now the turn of stanza number 5. Let's read the stanza number 5 first. We paused before a house that seemed, we paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Now the turn of line by line explanation. The first line of the fifth stanza. We paused before a house that seemed, the explanation of the line, they stopped in front of a house. Swelling of the ground, the explanation of the line, which looked like a small rise in the land, a grave. In the land, a grave, right? Next line, the roof was scarcely visible. The explanation of the line is the top part or the roof could barely be seen, right? Next line, the cornice in the ground. The explanation of the line is the edge or the cornice of the grave was underground. Now the turn of the meanings of difficult words used in this stanza number 5. Swelling means a raised part like a mount. Next word, cornice means a decorative edge or molding, usually poetically for the grave. Next word is scarcely, means hardly and barely, right? Now the turn of the summary of the stanza number 5. They arrived at a house, a grave, right? The speaker describes it as part of the ground, indicating her burial place. Now the last stanza number 6. Let's read the last stanza first. Since then, these centuries and yet feels shorter than the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Now the turn of line by line explanation. First line, since then, these centuries, and yet, the explanation of the line. Many centuries have passed since her death. Next line, feels shorter than the day. The explanation of the line, but it feels like just a short time, right? But it feels like just a short time. Next line, I first surmised the horses' heads. The explanation of the line is she first realized that the carriage driven by horses. The last line of the poem or the stanza, walk toward eternity. It means the explanation of the line was taking her. The carriage was taking her toward eternal life. Now the meanings of difficult words used in the last stanza. Surmised means guessed or realized, and eternity means forever or endless time. Now, stanza summary. The summary of the last stanza. Though centuries have passed since her death, the speaker feels it has gone by quickly. She recalls the moment she realized she was on her way to eternity. Now, at the end, the overall summary of the poem, right? Now, listen to me. The overall summary of the poem. In this poem, the speaker, Emily Dickinson, describes how she was too busy for death, but death himself came kindly and took her on a carriage ride. Along the way, they passed scenes that represent the different stages of life. School represents childhood, grain fields represents adulthood, and sunset represents old age, right? Eventually, they stop at her grave, which she calls a house. Even though she has been dead for centuries, it still feels like a short time because she realized back then that she was heading towards eternity, right? Thank you so much for listening to me, right? And that's Emily Dickinson, because I could not stop for that. A poem that transforms our fear of death into a calm acceptance of eternity. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel for more clear and exam ready lessons. Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. See you in the next video, where learning is always simple, smart, and successful. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a nice day.